Teresa's asking, can you all explain how you think about home improvement loans to increase the size of your house versus buying a bigger home that is more expensive? Logically, I do not understand how it's different to increase your mortgage versus taking on a home loan so you do not have to move. I think your advice would be to increase mortgage and move versus taking on a home equity loan, but I don't understand how it's different, both mathematically and logically. I have no debt but my house, and I have a fully funded emergency fund. Interesting. So she's saying, hey, I have a home. Why not just take the HELOC and do home improvements versus moving and buying a bigger home?
Well, number one, home improvements usually can be cash flowed. And so she's right in that regard. Now, if you're going to do a $200,000 improvement, you're going to add a wing to this thing, okay? That's something most people can't cash flow. In that case, you might take out a loan and then refinance and have a permanent mortgage in place when you're done. However, what normally happens in a situation like that is you're making another mistake, which is you're overbuilding the neighborhood. And if you become the most expensive house on the neighborhood with a weird $200,000 wing, you're not going to get your money back out of it.
The home value didn't increase by $200,000, is what you're saying.
Because the neighborhood is limiting it. So let's say you're in a neighborhood that runs $300,000 to $400,000, and your home is currently worth $300,000, and you put an improvement on it of $200,000. You now have to get $500,000 in a neighborhood that people don't look for $500,000 homes. They're looking for $300,000 or $400,000 homes in that neighborhood. They don't. If they got $500,000, they don't come to your neighborhood. And so, plus your house at that point, unless you're an incredible remodeler, an incredible architect, you generally are building a weird structure. I mean, when you start doing stuff like that. So, we need our family is growing and we need another, we need some more rooms. You very often run into the situation where you're overbuilding the neighborhood, but that's a different problem than logically, I don't understand the difference. So if you were doing something that's just out of range of cash flow and you're not overbuilding the neighborhood, you're still going to be not the most expensive home in the area, and you're not building a weird structure, you're not messing up in another way, and you were to refinance a home equity loan after you did this into a permanent mortgage and one mortgage, then there is no difference, and we're not against that. But I got to tell you, the number of times that happens that you don't end up violating one of these other things is so small.
Usually a bad decision is made somewhere here in the process.
Yeah. And basically, I emotionally don't want to move. I don't want to leave this area, but I want a house that's bigger than this area supports and has more attributes than this area supports value-wise. And so, what we're usually doing is kicking you out for your own good and putting you into a neighborhood that fits your new needs. And, but mathematically, logically, it sometimes could work. And we're not against you doing that. But let's say you're doing a $20,000 rehab and you make $100,000. Well, just shut up and budget it. I mean, save up the money and do it. That's within cash flow reach.
Yeah, it's not worth going
and
backwards.
You wouldn't move up $20,000 in house either. So that's not it's not one of her examples. It wouldn't fit with her example. So good question.
Home improvements, too much HGTV.
But I mean, it's a good clarification that she brings. I like it.